Nobody saw this coming. Just when fans thought they had finally figured out what was going on behind closed doors, Shen Yue's manager stepped in front of the cameras and said something that nobody in the entire fandom was prepared to hear. The statement was short, it was direct, and it has sent shockwaves through every corner of the Chinese entertainment world in a way that nobody is going to forget anytime soon. For months, fans have been piecing together clues like detectives working an unsolved case. Every airport photo, every social media like, every subtle smile caught on camera was being analyzed frame by frame by millions of people who genuinely care about what happens in Shen Yue's personal life. And just when it seemed like the noise was finally starting to die down, her management team walked straight into the storm and threw fuel on the fire with a statement that raised more questions than it answered. Before we go any further, if you are new here and you love everything Shen Yue, make sure you hit that subscribe button right now because we cover every single development the moment it breaks, and you do not want to be the last one to know. Now let's get into what actually happened. The statement came without warning on an otherwise quiet Tuesday morning when most fans were simply going about their day. There was no build-up, no press conference scheduled, no hint from insiders that anything was about to change. One moment everything was normal, and the next moment the internet was completely on fire because the words that came out of that management office were words that fans had either been desperately hoping for or quietly dreading depending on which side of the conversation they were standing on. What makes this even more significant is the timing. Shen Yue has been incredibly private about her personal life for the better part of the last year. She has given interviews, she has shown up to events looking absolutely stunning, she has posted on social media, but she has kept a very deliberate wall between her public persona and whatever is happening behind the scenes. That wall was very much still standing until her manager decided to step forward and speak in a way that her team almost never speaks. Publicly, directly, without any room for misinterpretation. The statement addressed her relationship status in terms that the management team has never used before. In an industry where celebrity teams are trained to deflect, to give non-answers, to redirect and pivot and smile through every uncomfortable question, this was something entirely different. This was clarity. This was her team choosing to speak when they easily could have stayed silent, and the fact that they chose not to stay silent is the part of the story that every single person paying attention needs to sit with for a moment. Fans who have followed Shen Yue since her earliest days know that she has always been someone who guards her heart carefully. She gives audiences everything on screen, every emotion, every tear, every laugh, and then she steps off camera and becomes someone far more guarded and self-protective. It is a quality that people who love her have always respected, even when it meant they did not get all the answers they were looking for. So when her own management breaks from that tradition and begins speaking openly, you have to understand that something significant enough has happened to justify that break. The reaction from fans was immediate, and it was overwhelming. Within hours of a statement circulating online, the comment sections across every platform were flooded with responses ranging from pure heartbreak to cautious celebration, depending on how each person had been interpreting the situation before the statement dropped. Some fans said they had known something like this was coming. Others said they refused to believe it until they heard it directly from Shen Yue herself. And then there were the ones who simply went quiet, which in fan culture often says more than any comment ever could. What is particularly interesting about how the management team chose to word their statement is the specific language they used. This was not a vague denial. This was not the classic celebrity team deflection of saying that their client prefers to keep her private life private. The wording was deliberate in a way that suggests this statement was carefully thought through before it was released, which means whatever is happening in Shen Yue's personal world right now has reached a point where her team decided that silence was no longer the right strategy. Sources close to the situation have suggested that the statement was prompted by a recent surge in speculation that had been growing increasingly intrusive. The kind of attention that goes beyond fans simply being curious and crosses into territory that starts affecting a person's real daily life. When that line gets crossed, management teams are often forced to make a choice between continuing to stay quiet and watching the speculation spiral further out of control, or stepping forward and drawing a line in the sand. Shen Yue's team drew the line. What comes next is the question that everyone is now asking. A statement from management is one thing, but the entertainment world and the fans who live inside it know that a manager's words are only ever part of the story. The full picture only ever comes when the person at the center of the conversation decides to speak for herself. And knowing Shen Yue, knowing the way she has always approached her public life with such intentionality and such grace, it feels like when she does finally address this directly, it is going to be on her terms, in her time, and in a way that reminds everyone exactly why she has always been so much more than just a headline. The statement has changed the conversation. What it has not done is end it. If anything, the questions are louder now than they were before the manager spoke, which might mean the real chapter of this story has not even started yet. Stay close because this one is far from over.